Welcome back to the Ace of Shade. Uncut conversations about life, love, and all that shit in between. This is your host, Shantis.
I'm Keisha.
And I'm Ashley, and we're back. Hey,
Hi.
we're
Hi,
back again. We're back. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump this episode
Keisha, no
off.
need for faces.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Let's just go ahead and jump this episode off real quick. You know, in life, people always feel like they have gone through shit, and they feel like, oh, let's be wise. Why do you have to make the same mistakes? I've done this. You know, they think they can. And sometimes they ain't even did the shit or experienced it, but they always got some shit to tell you. Okay? So we're going to talk about some bad advice we've been given
In life.
in life about anything. Just something you'd be like, why the fuck did she even say that? Or he even say that? Or what? That didn't make no sense.
Keisha, what do you mean?
just thinking.
I really cannot think of anything that somebody told me that
People said you need to go to college so you can get a good job and make money, so you have a nice house and nice cars.
Yeah,
and
I was an avid.
And you don't want to flip burgers.
Yeah, I was an avid. You need to go to college, and then I got a dose of the real world, and I'm like, that shit's not necessary.
That was the worst advice I think I've ever gotten.
When people tell
oh, wow.
when people tell you to get married, when people tell you to get married, oh, get married. Like, when do we just go off to marriage? Like, they don't tell us, like, first you got to be with yourself, okay? You got to learn yourself, and then you go be with somebody. So we're so caught up in getting married that we forget the whole single aspect of things, because that is a very necessary step. Now we two single people together trying to figure out how to be one, and we ain't even figure out how to be by ourselves, setting us up and shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. Whoa. Pissed, yes I am, but thankfully in my 34 years of life.
So you were never told to have a single season? Like no one ever shared that with you?
Single season.
That is so necessary. Like that's where a lot of the relationship problems come from, because you're trying to jump into something with two people where you got to compromise and come together and be one with each other, and you can't even be with yourself.
Think you would still have some of those issues,
but you wouldn't have as many, or you wouldn't have the same.
I think the difference would be is that you may be a little more open to compromising and not necessarily just fighting for what you want, if that makes sense. The more time you spend by yourself, the more time you are very mindful of who gets your time, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I think it's a catch-22. Like, I don't think we... What's the way I gotta put that? I don't think we just, are so open to having people in our space when you've been single for a long time.
Let me tell you one of the problems I think
that's fair.
So like you said, you've been single for so long, you are cautious about who you give your time to. If you haven't been single, then you upset because this dude is this type of way. Well, you would know who you like and dislike and what you don't like if you were by yourself to know yourself. So you upset at how this dude is acting when, like, you didn't see them signs, like you don't know what you like, you ain't seen them red flags.
I agree.
Yeah, that's definitely something.
But yes, and we've talked about some of this before, but that comes with you all doing your work.
Or having a single season.
Yeah, well, no. Doing your work in your single season, because some people I know quite a few people who are old singles who don't do their work. So old single, like you've been at this for a long time and you don't do the work.
But just think about it, like every time you go someplace, well, not every time, but most of the time, if you are in a family and you're like over 30 and you don't have kids or a boyfriend or a husband, they looking at you like, when you have kids, when you get married, it's like, well, do you even know if I'm ready for that?
I don't think they care.
Right, they do not care.
I don't think people care about you in general.
Wow, Keisha.
No, seriously. Like, okay, I say that to say because it's a societal norm. Like, oh, you graduate high school, you go to college, you get married, you have a kid. When you have that kid, you have another kid. When you get done, when you retire. Like, it's never in the cycle of other people's shit. It's never just what you said you wanted. And, like, I don't think people really care because it's like, if you're not following societal norms, it's like, well, what are you doing? What's taking you so long?
Because my damn daddy had the audacity. The audacity to my, well, what the hell wrong with you? You been at that job all them years and you got 2 degrees and you still in the same position. The fuck?
Your father?
My father. I told my coworker and she was like, well, hopefully he was trying to encourage you.
No.
I said, I know he came
Does
from
he have a degree?
No.
It's always the ones with no degree.
I know it was coming from he had good intentions, but the shit just didn't come out.
I don't know if he had good intentions because my brother did the same thing, and he
said that to you?
Yeah, my brother was like, "Oh, you work with the police, or you're the police." He's like, "Oh, you went to college to work that job," and I'm like, "Nigga, but I went and I finished. You went for 7 years and you still walked away with nothing. Like, bro,
7 years.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Like, calm down, pipe down." He's like, "Oh, you good? That was a good one."
Yeah, because you just wasted a lot
like
of time.
and people's money, but that's a whole nother topic because
okay, yeah.
Unless he went there and like met the person of his dreams, and then they got married and had children.
None of that has happened. Oh, child, don't even get me started. No, like
Okay, so that's
I
your
am the
story.
responsible.
That's your story, Ashley. Okay, Ashley was projecting.
Oh, that's what it was.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, y'all just learn yourself, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, just to know that season of singleness is necessary. Like, it's really necessary. Or, be prepared. You do need to be by yourself a little bit. Like, you do need to learn yourself.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Because some people jump from relationship
I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I didn't get
and that's
married
why they jump
in my early 20s. I probably would have been divorced in my early 20s. Had you called me like 28, we might still be married.
Are you sure? It depends on who the person was.
If I would have married any other niggas I was dating in my early 20s,
well, maybe if you would have
we would be divorced or dead.
Wasn't
or dead. Neither one of they took
dead. Keisha, are y'all killing each other? What is this?
Domestic violence.
Yeah, domestic violence over. It was gone. They took me to the edge.
Wow.
So, but
push it to the limit.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
I can see myself marrying somebody in my early
20s, like before 25.
Yeah.
And you think you would still be married?
If they were better people, like who I was.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
But you said this is a conditional basis here.
Yeah. But
if they were better, like, I think I was a great person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not me.
If you would have met somebody else. Not
but no, that's I'm
basing, let me see.
I'm basing off the people I dated in my 20s. Like in my early 20s, like no, they were sucky people. But then again, I was the person who chose to entertain these sucky people, so I don't think I was any better than them in a way. So here we go. Shit. See what you learn is self accountability.
She's over here.
She said, you gotta think that long. It's a hard no.
It's gonna be a no for you, sis.
Yeah, everybody hasn't. Yeah. Nobody's been good.
Damn.
And you'll never find perfect. It's always gonna be something.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
No, I don't think you look for
been
perfect.
able to work through.
You know what you do learn, or I hope that people learn, like before when shit didn't work out, you be like, oh, that person was a fuck nigga, or a fuck boy, or whatever. But but in your 30s, you learn that they may not really be bad people. Like they could. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that.
Some of them.
There, I run into dudes who have a lot going for themselves. They're good people. They're just not the right people for me. So I think sometimes people forget because like people make it seem like, oh, just because this person is a good person and they look good on paper, that's the one you're supposed to be with.
Child.
And it's not like that. They can be a good person, have hella degrees, a big ass job, or whatever it is your thing that gets you off. But they still may not be the person for you, and that's okay. They just good people.
I met a couple people like that. They got it all together.
Yeah,
like, seems like on paper, you would think like all the hoes want to. They have the look, they have the job, they have the money, they have the cooking skills, all life skills, and all these things. But then their personality is just lacking severely.
You know what's lacking severely in my life?
Okay.
Food.
Okay.
I digress. Let's keep going.
Ashley, you chose to do this.
I was about to say the same thing. What are you learning in this process? Boom, there you go. Here's some advice.
So the whole point of fasting, for the spiritual aspect of it, is to starve your flesh of your pleasures and your desires so that you can move away all of those distractions and strengthen your relationship with the divine one and hear a word from him. That's what they say.
Is that why you're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is why I'm doing it.
So do you have like I mean, you don't have to share because sometimes that may be
intimate,
intimate, but do you have like something in particular that you're fasting for? Like you want to see a result after these 21 days?
So for me, the whole, like, the end all be all is to strengthen my relationship with Christ. So I am trying to better that relationship, become one with my higher self, and just to kind of be in a position to, for lack of better words, just tolerate shit that be going on in life. Like, a lot of the stuff that happens to me because I've asked for it to happen to me. And I know people are like, what they mean? What they mean? Like, a lot, if you just like kind of really think about it, the things that we constantly speak into existence, some of the choices that we make, it's like, sis, for real, you ain't think you was gonna be in this situation after that. So it's like, damn, that is so true. Which brings me to another point, which I was gonna text you this earlier, but I was driving and I can't do a lot while I'm driving. But yeah, like sometimes Keisha could be like, right? And I'd be like, well, damn.
I don't think I'm there.
Wait, this perception. This is my
Did you put that disclaimer in?
This is disclaimer. These are Ashley's perceptions.
Thank you.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, so like I'll be talking about a subject or something that's going on, and she be like, her response is like, well, girl, and I'm like, oh shit, what fuck? And so, but then you know, my little sensitive self be like, shit. But then I appreciate it because it's like, well, damn, that's true. You know, the fuck.
Oh my God, I have a friend like that. I don't think Keisha's like that.
Thank you.
But I have a friend like that, for real, for real. He is probably my only real male friend that hasn't tried to fuck me, so I just consider him my only real male friend.
Is he gay?
He is queer.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Why did you have to say queer?
Yeah,
She
wanted to identify.
So what does queer mean?
He identifies. Not necessarily that you're gay or bisexual. You like men, women. You like different things.
Yeah.
Oh,
kind of.
You like people in general.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You like whose energy matches.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, I'm gay. I only like you. Like, yeah,
queer.
Got it.
Just different things. Yeah. So, so again, I consider him my only real male friend. Actually, no, I have another one, but we just barely talk. But he also dates men. Anyway, and I don't think he dates women at all. Yeah. But he can be very, very, very honest and brutal. He always gives me the best advice, so I always run things.
Do we know this friend?
Sounding board. I don't think so. Keisha, no, you don't think you met him. Anyway,
I am a little confused by Ashley's comment.
Okay,
because a couple episodes back she kept saying, I want you to be direct. Just be direct. Be direct. And then when I give her direct, it's like, now I'm So do you want direct or no? Ask the people.
So if Beyonce could just take a moment, you see how she
I'm just trying to get answers.
After I made that statement,
my drink.
I said I appreciate
Don't back down that shit.
I said in hindsight, I appreciate that because it gives me a different perspective. It's like, well, come on, Ashley. So I know sometimes you're like, people feel a certain type of way about me, and that's not how I am. And so I was gonna text you and be like, say, girl, I appreciate that. That harshness. Sometimes I need that. To me, it's harsh. That don't mean I don't appreciate it. The fuck? I said I appreciate it in hindsight. You see, she proved it already.
So the audio,
she is proving
Keisha's
it.
face
I
is
can't help
like,
it. Certain shit you say make my sensitive ass be like, oh my god, I cannot help that. That's just.
I'm not saying you should help that. I'm just
telling you
what version of me did you want me to give you?
So. I want you to give me you. Whatever version that is of the day, I'm just letting you know. Sometimes
maybe I have to soften my delivery.
You don't have to soften your delivery.
I just want to know that's what I'm asking.
No, you can keep doing your thing. I will be okay.
With it.
I mean, I've been told in the past sometimes it's like, Keisha's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I'm like,
yeah, bro. Keisha, maybe that is it for people.
Yeah, no, I mean, it might be, but I'm not doing this.
And I'm not asking you to.
Yeah, I'm not speaking in terms of you because you didn't say that particular statement, but for the ones who did, I thought about it. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
And so that was my reason of saying like,
and you know what? That came from self-reflection of self. I'm not finna like hinder myself to accommodate.
Right, and I kind of feel like whatever I was gonna text you would just affirm like, fuck them, like it's whatever, like
no,
so
I'm not
right,
no.
yeah.
It's either, and which people should feel honored because if you get this version.
I think it's a way to deliver things too, because I don't think Keisha's his delivery isn't off either. It's just it's what I need to hear, and I kind of already know it before I tell him. But he's a good sounding board, but it comes off a little harsh to people. Mine, I just kind of know like if I'm doing a certain thing or something I need to change. I'm like, damn, I want to tell him. He's gonna tell me what I need to know, and I don't want to hear that. I want to keep doing like, yeah. But his delivery is good. But then you have people also that I've encountered in life, who are just mean. Like they just don't give a damn. I said everything that comes to your head doesn't need to come out your mouth.
No, I agree with that.
Some people do that though. They just think, oh, I'm just being honest. You don't
have
to do that. You don't have to deliver it like that.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't have to do that. Yeah. They call it being honest and real. Actually.
I'm a good people reader. Because like people will know stuff. They're like, you didn't tell them that. They're not ready to hear that. They're not ready to be receptive. So I'm not gonna exert that energy to give you that, so it can fall upon deaf ears. And
then it also depends on what you're talking about.
It could be anything. If I don't think you're ready, you're just not there.
No, I'm saying your delivery, like it just be what you're talking about, because it depends. That's how you kind of tailor how you say what you say. You are conscious of that sometimes.
The shade.
Hey, some shade, baby.
Ashley needs that, but I mean, I'm cool with it.
Ashley hair popping today.
It is. Popping. Got a little bun.
Yeah, what's the me some old natural hair.
Curls.
We do it.
Bun curls.
Yeah.
I love it. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yes, it is. No, it's nice. You know what I do want to say?
I knew
it wasn't no bad advice. It was what's the thing? Where people push their norms on you. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say y'all take it how y'all want to take it. To all my big girls out there.
Oh.
If you over 10, you look plush. Okay. However you want to think, whatever you want to call yourself, it's you. It's for you. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be taken out on dates. You deserve to be seen in public. You deserve to have a good dude or woman, whichever one you prefer. You deserve the best. And I'm saying that to say because for a long time, people made it seem like because you're a big girl, you're supposed to get with whoever is willing to talk to you. It don't work that way. You could be a big girl with standards. If you don't want to talk to him because he's ugly, you don't have to talk to him because he is ugly. If you don't want to talk to him because he doesn't fit your type, he got a type just like you got a type. You are entitled to say he is not my type. Some people like big girls, some people don't, and I'm cool with you.
Men love saying, well, we can't tell y'all nothing about y'all weight. We can't say y'all not my type, big girls not my type. Y'all get on the, but y'all can say short niggas not y'all type. I'm like,
I don't have a problem with nobody and they type. I don't argue with you about your type. I'm just, if you don't like big girls, that's cool with me. I'm not, because like one dude got mad at me. We was chatting and he was like, on his profile, he had, I don't talk to big girls. So I'm like, cool, this nigga ain't for me. So I keep scrolling. He slides in the DM.
He said on his profile.
I remember this.
He's like, hello, beautiful. And I just ignore it because what are we doing here? So he was like, so you got a problem. You can't. So I said, sir, it's screenshot.
You know, some of them.
It says you don't like big girls. I'm a big girl, but you're not that big. Bitch, so what is the curriculum here?
The criteria.
I'm supposed to know. I ain't got time.
No guidelines.
Big or small, bitch. I ain't got time to deal with it. Okay?
I have to interject because let me let y'all know. I have struggled. Okay, so I hate to even use this as
being a big girl.
No, well, I hate to use this comparison about, you know, when you're biracial and you have your black friends and your white friends and then you really don't fit in. That's how I felt for a while when after I had my kids and I was trying to buy clothes and I would go into Ashley Stewart and they would look at me like, bitch, why the fuck you're here? And I'm like, bitch, because I wear this size. They sell my size. That's why. And then I would go to the regular stores that had like plus size and everybody and they'd be like, well, why you in here? You too big. And I'm like, Cause you got my size in the store. Like I don't know.
You
Like
felt like you didn't.
yeah, I didn't fit it.
Category.
Yeah, like the big people would look at me like I'm too skinny, and the skinny people look at me like I was too big, and I just got pissed off. Like I can be here too. They sell my fucking size, bitches.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
that
was never a struggle. Mine always been the big
Hello.
store.
But no, it's just like even when I think about like the type of people I dated, I was like, oh, they're talking to me, and I'm like, y'all are the scum on the bottom of my shoe, bitch. You should have been lucky I was talking to you. So at this point, I just changed my whole perspective on life, and I'm like, listen, we're not doing
and
this.
that's why she thinks she's Beyonce.
Hello, every day, all day, Beyonce. Huh?
A lot of men look.
I'm sorry.
Give her a moment.
You can have it back.
And I just tell you, if I had a booty, it'd be over for you bitches.
It's not too late. You can get one.
I
Herbalife.
can.
You can buy one.
Okay.
You can buy one.
Herbalife plug. Herbalife can help you get those gains.
I would take the BBL.
Yeah.
Why?
So my friends asked me what I want for my birthday. I was like, BBL.
Just take the BBL.
I'm scared.
You had 3 kids. What the hell is this?
Exactly. You're not cutting this thing open. No.
BBL, tummy tuck. What else? Shit.
Suck it out, lift it up.
I'll just work it off.
That's good. Keep that in my mentality.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's
we
my
are in the
mentality,
instant
too. I really
gratification
haven't got to the point where I want
generation,
surgery
and
for
if I can get it faster, I pay for convenience. So that's how I feel about life. But
I'm not at
This is
that
what
point
happened to
yet.
you. You was at the gym with me.
No, I'm not at that point yet where I'm trying to
she said,
get
well,
a BBL for real. But you know, somebody's offering to pay for it.
You're not opposed?
No, I'm not opposed at all. At all.
It's really not that expensive. It's really not.
I don't know. I never priced it, but
It's really not.
Y'all tell us for those who got one.
Okay.
You should not be like a secret. I mean, I guess.
No, I mean, if that's your choice, that's your choice.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, by all means, but.
So
I would definitely get one.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
wasn't
like
scared.
now people like, oh, is that your hair?
You don't need one, bitch. You got a big ass.
Well, what about my stomach and shit?
I told you, get some lipo.
That's easy.
You can get a little lipo.
A little lipo.
She don't want to do that, but I'm just.
That's an easy.
I'm trying to let you. Your stomach will go down, but this is loose skin. It's not gonna retract like you think it's going to retract.
I just want to be able to put my clothes on and have one stomach. That's all I ever wanted.
You probably won't ever have that without.
No. Why you think bitches I can get lipo?
I see
Some kind of
somebody have
procedure.
one stomach. I'm not asking for flat. I'm just asking for one stomach.
I don't even know what.
Okay,
that
well,
entails.
sometimes everybody's
I'm
not
not
blessed
gonna
to
sit
go
here
back
and
to
let
that
y'all
after child. Okay.
You know what? Y'all love y'all bodies. Even if you want to change it, still love it.
Whatever. Yeah, I
love the body you're in now. And as you fix
child, this body be in the nude all the time. Now,
that is true. I'm sorry, you said no. I'm talking about
what you was talking about back to
I'm just telling big girls to have standards. Don't feel like
oh yeah. A lot of men love big girls though.
No, here's the publicly. Cause there's a difference. But you ain't finna love me in private. Fuck you and your mama.
What the fuck did your mama do?
She gave birth to a nigga who don't want to confess to the fact that. Cause okay, here's the thing. Because people be like, oh, men are visual, and I get that. Men are visual. They are extremely visual. But at the end of the day, if they all like the same thing, I'm sure God would have all made us look the same. If all niggas like the same thing.
Like, okay, real quick. So,
is this on topic?
It is.
Okay.
So, me and my mother.
I want to talk about this.
it kind of is. So, me and my mother-in-law, we watch 1,000-Pound Sisters.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Like,
it's like
they both weigh 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, together
like
they weigh
super
1,000.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm
So
about to
like,
say my sister in the pound life is already.
yeah, like,
yes, that's
like,
like two of them together and their sisters. They
Okay.
both, yeah.
Okay.
So, so one of the sisters was able to lose weight. The other sister is like 500 or so pounds, and she meets these black. She's white. She meets these black men offline who have fetishes,
of course,
for big women.
Of course.
And her family is like, you do realize that they only like you because you're fat. So if your whole goal is to lose weight, why are you with these guys that like fat women? Like, you're never
because
gonna
it's
lose
like being
weight.
with a dude who likes skinny women. Bitch, it's always a fetish. It's either like dudes like bitches with big butts, some like bitches with big butts and titties. It's just
The point is, people like big girls.
people like everybody.
People like excessive. They like,
Right, you could be handicapped. It is somebody out there for you.
There actually, the politically correct word is disabled.
Disabled, handicap sticker. You can be a quadriplegic because there are quite a few people on YouTube who can't move anything from the neck down who are married. So at this point,
they have channels with their spouses.
Yes!
I watch it like,
and I'm
what
like,
the
bro,
fuck?
at this point, you're literally a full-time caregiver, but they are in love. And I'm just like, at this point, bro, if everybody was meant to date the same kind of person, we would all look the same way with the same qualities. So at this point, y'all love y'all want to live. And that's just, for me, I'm just done with it.
I just want to bring home the point about disabled and quadriplegic. There is love out there for everyone. That was the purpose of that.
I said that.
I just said that. Drive it home.
Find your love.
So you can drive it home.
You know what? No, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not done.
Oh, you want to come off like this?
Okay.
About strippers.
Oh. Even the name get wiped up.
So y'all know how y'all say somebody strippers.
There are some men who say I could not marry a stripper, and then there are some men who will wipe a stripper up today. So at the end of the day,
I always ask men I date, if I started OnlyFans, would you date me? I don't know why the fuck I asked that, but I asked that all the time.
I think you just have to start and then like ease it in because
they was like, "What are you doing?"
What is so bad
on
with OnlyFans?
I was like,
because people have made it seem like it's like a sexual website where people sell like videos and photos of sexual stuff, but it's actually like it really can, like you can have a whole cooking page and be OnlyFans. I'm a fan, so I could do a whole cooking series and just promote it on OnlyFans and make money. But society has made you feel like it's just.
Well, we can't do our podcast on OnlyFans.
You can. We can.
We do a Patreon. That's what people are doing these days, making people pay for subscription. That's what podcasting typically people are vlogging do.
Y'all gonna pay to watch this or no? Don't lie.
Oh.
Don't lie.
Don't lie, Craig.
Don't lie.
I forgot what I was gonna say. What?
Big Girls Have Standards. There's someone for everybody.
No, I was past that part. Fuck.
It be like that sometimes, for real. It do.
It'll come back to me.
But y'all should take a look at 1,000 Pound Sisters.
I used to do that when I was losing weight. That was my motivation.
Let me tell you,
to watch 1,000 Pounds.
To watch my 600 pounds.
We would sit there and watch that shit, eat food, be like, damn.
I would do that, but on every commercial break, I would do exercise. And
oh no, I wouldn't. I would just sit there.
That's when I was like really like serious about.
I'd be like, girl, pass me that, girl. You see her?
That should be funny. You niggas be frying chicken in bed.
The doctor be funny as hell. He's talking about, you know why? You know. That's
I love that
crazy.
Like he's like, you're not trying.
Now we talked about bad advice. He gives it to you real raw and uncut.
Them people enabling them, bringing them shit, cause half of them can't walk at all. So people bring the shit to them. They go grocery shopping for them. They bring them 2 plates of whatever the fuck they want. Whatever, they're enablers.
Fried chicken in the bed really got me.
Yeah, that was the one.
There was a lady that had
fried
left her home for like 2 years. She's been in the bed for 2 years.
Is that the one that had
the black lady that
cut
was
open? Chicken? They had to bust open the thing
door.
to get her
There's
out.
So many circumstances like that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of.
By any means, we're not promoting unhealthy lifestyles.
No, we're saying it's important to be healthy.
To when you get there.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference between being a big girl and being like morbidly obese. Like, come on.
I mean, what the doctors tell you if you big,
you're all
morbidly obese.
No,
they always tell people they morbidly obese. Doctors tell it all the time.
They told you that?
Yeah.
But that's because we're on Western.
Like, my dude always be like, "Oh, you he was like, now you like the small BBW." You like, I'm not big as hell. You like, no, you're like the small BBW. I've been with somebody that weigh like 400 pounds. You're small compared to them.
This one was like, it's people out here weighing 600 and 700 pounds.
It is.
So you're just.
You're talking about on the scale just because you may not be 600 pounds, don't mean that you like. Cause
they still say it's morbidly obese.
Yeah, you're just morbidly obese. It's a very wide.
They say everybody that's like regular size are obese. And then BBW, you're considered obese, and then BBWs are morbidly. I promise you. I promise you. They all right.
You know what?
We are all fucked.
Child.
And that's child.
It is what it is.
I don't even think we started out on this topic.
No, because it still goes about bad advice. Like
I was talking about how people don't like really give a fuck about you. So
you did say
like everybody's like, "Oh, Keisha, you losing weight? You look so good." I'm like, "Bitch, I was sick. Like I had like fucking COVID. Like don't give a fuck how you lose weight. You could be damn near
As long as
dead.
I
You
will see
look
it.
good. I'm like, but you almost died. Like,
They don't care how you lose it. As
Girl,
long as you lose it.
yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Keep almost dying.
But I have cancer.
Like, bruh, like y'all should not
For real.
You know how you should walk up to a woman and tell her, "Oh, are you pregnant?" Because she may not be pregnant. You should just tell people, "Hey, you know you look good." Don't say because you losing weight, because then that implies that they didn't look good before they lost the weight.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, you only look good.
So people been walking up to you and say, "Oh, Keisha, you lost weight. You look good."
Yes, I've gotten that so many.
Yeah,
My own
they said
mother
they know
said
you
that
lose
to
weight.
me, and I'm like, she's like, "What are you doing? Trying to live. Like, I can't taste my fucking food. What do you mean? Like, bruh, what?"
But no, people do say that. You lost weight,
Like,
you
and then
good.
people was talking about Adele and like her weight loss. And don't get me wrong, she looks nice. I'm not gonna say she look better. I'm just gonna say she looks nice. But she
I
got
think it's everything overall. Like she changed her hair.
yeah, she just did a whole switch.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, she got Oprah. She was like, I was like fucking depressed. Like my marriage was in shambles. I'm like a 27-time Grammy winner and life is in shambles. And people like, you look good, girl. You're skinny. She's like, bitch, I'm trying to stay afloat. Like,
Y'all stop
Yeah,
doing
because
that
we
shit.
say,
Stop
Keisha,
doing that shit.
because we'll be like, Keisha, you look like you're losing weight. Now,
Yeah.
Keisha, you look good. We like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
and you like, oh, really? I'm not trying.
that's
Like,
what I said. I'm just trying to live. Okay.
Oh my god, people are fucking
Like,
good. People don't give a fuck.
Take
about
a
you.
no, they don't, y'all. I don't know. Just,
I like to be naive and think that everything comes from a genuine place.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't get offended, but when
Not
you
everything.
realize like the nature, because this is like people do this, you know, all the time. But it's just kind of like think sometimes. I don't think you realize what y'all are saying. Like
How it affects.
yeah,
your
like people
finances.
out here fighting for their life.
Motherfucking life.
And y'all like, oh, you skinny, you look good, bitch. I could be dying. Like, and you
It
concerned
is.
about me losing weight? Especially if I ain't dying because of the weight. And that's another thing.
Okay.
Another
Keisha's on her soapbox.
And
Go
another
ahead.
one.
And another one.
Go ahead, Keisha.
People always get on the comments in the shade room. It'd be other places other than the shade room. But whenever they see a big person, I say big person, it's like, oh, we care about y'all health. We want y'all to lose weight. This little bootleg, army military style bullying that y'all do because y'all claim y'all care about people weight. That's not why y'all do
What
that
you
shit.
mean?
They be like, oh, she or he is fat. You need to lose weight. We care about your health. That's how you get diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
I know
I've never
more
seen that
skinny
before.
motherfuckers who got diabetes than the big ones. And I'm just gonna be real honest with you. And high cholesterol. I am very much healthy. In fact, half all the men I done dated, they done been sick.
I have high blood pressure.
And she got high blood pressure.
And I'm healthy.
And I'm healthy. And I'm just saying that
Came
to
from
say,
a kid.
y'all talk about y'all worried about people's health. Worry about your own health. Because everybody has a vice. Worry about your mental health. Worry about you doing drugs, smoking weed, doing crack.
That was the next thing that came in my mind too.
Doing crack.
Drink
Worry
water.
about unprotected sex and your STDs that you don't want to tell
Oh,
anyone
drink
about.
your water. Mind your business. Drink
Yes.
your water. Mind your business.
While you worried about my health and my weight, let me maintain my lane and you swerve over in yours.
Well,
and worry
okay.
about your dysfunctional life. Because we good over here. We vibrate on a high level.
On a high level.
And we healthy inside and outside. Worry about your toxic self. Thank you. Okay, I'm done for real this time.
Are you done?
I get
I
you
might
off
be.
that soapbox, guys.
Looks like there might not be anywhere else to go.
You should say it all.
She said it all, didn't she?
Fuck all that shit. Don't be saying nobody look good.
Cause
When they lose weight, because they skinny.
No, you can say they look good. Don't say, oh, you look good. You get skinny.
Because
Like,
of
don't
that,
imply that
basically.
they look good because they skinny.
Because of that.
Bitch, I look good before I was skinny. What the fuck you mean?
Yeah, some people do that.
A lot of people do that because they
Mhm.
always equate being big with being unhealthy,
And that's why I went back to saying, big girls, you deserve like to be treated nice and taken out on dates. And first of all, black women in general, because black women are not accustomed to luxury. And I think I stated that before.
Because I still can't find nobody to get me to hook up with a nanny.
Okay.
What? Oh, that's your luxury. You need a nanny.
I mean, people think that's a luxury, but I just think it's a need that I have. So people
Well,
like a
how many
nanny.
black women do you know say they got nannies? You
Some
probably.
people have nannies though. Oh well, not
None of the
really.
black folks I know, obviously. I need to get with
Yeah.
some black people that know they got nannies because I need one.
That's like taboo, and in our culture. Even like
bad advice. Like my mama I love my mother to death. I love my parents, but they give some badass advice. Like it come from a good place, but the follow up don't make sense. Like you tell me to do something, but the why it don't connect, and I be like, and at some point I be like, that don't make sense. I'm not doing that. Like I just had to go ahead and tell her, like, nah, I think I'm good.
what did she tell her?
Like what some stupid
You don't need
shit.
a nanny?
No, like about the COVID shot, right? Let's talk about that. Now, okay. Everybody, whatever. You feel how you feel about it. But if you're going to tell me that this is beneficial for me, it's like she'll say some stuff like, my son DeMar needs to go and get that COVID shot because you know he going to school and your daddy's scared. I said, well, you do know that once he gets the COVID shot, he's still able to get COVID, right? Because
in the beginning they were saying people that get a shot they can't get COVID and they can't.
Right, and so I'm just like,
I think it affects everybody's bodies differently.
Yeah.
I think everybody should do what they think is best for them, and it affects everybody. My mom was on that too. She was on her Howard shot. Everybody needs to get it. Everybody did this. I don't know why.
But it gotta make sense.
Some people die after they get the shot.
The reason why you want him to get it is because my daddy's afraid of getting COVID.
Yeah.
But you still can get it. Like it would be different if she be like, "Oh well, you need to go ahead and make sure DeMar gets that shot so that when and if he does get it, it doesn't affect him as badly." Okay, cool, that makes sense. But it be other stuff. I just can't think right off the top. But like it be old people. Like when I say old people, I don't really mean in age. I mean like old country people stuff.
Yeah, me and my mom.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about my mom said some things
you
too.
Be like,
or just older people. Periods like, nah,
I'm good. That ain't for me.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Like we got on spirituality. I don't know how we got on there. She might have been trying to tell me to go back to church or something. But
are y'all in person again?
Yeah, they've been in person.
And you haven't been going?
No, because I'm not really in a church mood right now. And I don't know why she keeps like thinking. First of all, before COVID even hit, like maybe 3 years before COVID hit, I had already been battling with the church. She thought it was this particular church. It wasn't the particular church. It was the church. Right. The teachings of the church, all of that. So when COVID hit and everything kind of ceased, it was like, oh, finally I get a break.
Yeah.
And it's not like I kept going to church because it was repetition, not because I always wanted to go. It was just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right. You've been doing forever.
Yeah. And I was already battling. And then, like I said, when COVID hit, it gave me, a break. And I just found other avenues that I feel more comfortable with that don't include church at this time. So, I mean, of course, I'll tell y'all all the time, I'm, very spiritual. I do believe in God. I do pray. I talk about the universe. I talk about energy and manifesting and all of that. So, I don't mix herbs yet. I would like to learn more about herbal mixing, not like I won't even call it witchcraft because I think we've been taught to believe that witchcraft is always bad. But outside of that, so my mom was just basically saying, Keisha, sometimes people may see that as like strange or abnormal and think you participate in witchcraft. Because I talk about manifestation, I have crystals.
But the Bible talk about manifestation.
I said something about tarot cards, and I gave some to Goodwill because I had an extra pair. And she was like, "Did you give all of them?" I said, "No, I didn't give all my tarot cards away." But I don't even do tarot anymore because now I kind of know what that is. It's your energy.
That was fast.
Yeah, it's because it's your energy in that moment. Like if I read you, if I give you a reading, I'm giving you your reading based off the energy. It has nothing to do with your future because you can always change that.
Right.
So I can just manifest the future I want.
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me how I'm doing right now. I know how I'm doing right now. Okay. So that's it. So that's why I didn't really do that. I'm not saying I can't learn how to do it for other people. It's just I took a break on doing it for me. So she was just like, Keisha, that sounds like real rich, crafty. And I'm like, bruh, like you do realize that like the gift of foresight and the gift of discernment is a whole spiritual gift. Like this shit is in the Bible. Like psychic abilities is in the Bible.
I'd be real proud when I can like speak to stuff that's in the Bible because before people just be saying stuff and I'd be like, yeah, like I actually read it now.
It's just like my whole outlook on like it's particularly Christianity. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like Christians or people who identify with Christianity, you all are bullies. to everybody else's religion. Yeah, like to everybody's religion. And like I'll see, like I think it was a post on there about Willie Moore Jr. and I'm calling him out because he is a huge public figure, but he hasn't been the only one. There's been other ones too, Heather, Lindsay, and all of them. It's like, oh, your stage can't stop demons. Only thing that can do that is prayer. Bruh, y'all use holy oil. That's literally olive oil somebody prayed over. What's the difference between olive oil and fucking sage that I choose to burn? Like, it's just a meaning. If I tell you I'm gonna lift up some windows and sage my home to get demons out, and you go around your house and put crosses with olive oil that someone prayed over to get demons out, we're doing the same thing. Like, and the people like, that's right. They think sage is the answer. Prayer is the answer. Can we not do both? They even burn incense at the altar. Like, y'all gotta read y'all word. Like, and stop letting people give y'all a one text and think that's it. Go back to your Bible and know that when they went to the altar, they came with Frankenstein. They came with incense. They burnt stuff. They burnt candles. They gave fucking animals at the altar with blood, and you worried about sage? That's the list of y'all words. People was killing animals.
I think everybody should just find something to believe in. And
I think it's just mind their business.
And that too, but it's like, don't criticize. I never hear Muslims criticizing Christians. I never hear Buddhists criticizing Christians. It's always Christians criticizing everyone else's religion. So that's why at this point I said I'm spiritual. I'm not going to identify.
Do you believe that Jesus died on the cross for our sins? To be determined?
Yes and no. I believe that he died for our sins. I don't necessarily know if I believe that it happened the way they said it happened.
What do you mean? Because girl, I did the whole audiobook. Is it the Book of John?
I don't know.
I think it's
I
don't
even know where to
go
with this, but
I'm just interested. I'm not going anywhere. I
mean,
want to know.
To say that, like, because we've had this conversation even about like heaven or hell. Do I believe that's real? And I to be truthfully honest, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna live my life as a good person, and I do believe in God. I do believe that there is a higher being.
Me too.
And that's why
I believe God who is who we think he is.
But if you go back and read the Bible, God was a jealous God. God was this. God will kick you out of heaven. God burned down cities.
God made childbirth painful because Eve ate from that damn tree.
But that's my whole point. Go back to what you're saying, and then people say, "Oh, he's a
perfect God." We think he is.
Yeah, like he's omnipotent.
No way.
He's forgiving. He loves you through everything. How is he burning down cities or saying just because?
How do we go from 400 years of slavery? With this
guy? That's because Abraham and them.
It's just
I do get how slavery. Yeah. That's because, but yeah,
that's
just
like
so many things.
But so that was like a consequence for them. That was a consequence for somebody. But that's okay.
It's so many things.
But no, it was funny because I was listening to the Bible, right? And I was listening to Genesis, and then I heard them when he said, "Oh, for for disobeying me, I'm gonna curse you to have pain through your childbirth." And I was like, "What? Are we sick for real? Yeah. Like you gonna punish all of us for her? Like all of us for her? Like everybody because of her?" Like I was just.
But that's my point. You can't say that. Oh, God is a forgiving God. Like he ended the world because he was disappointed with people.
But he said he wouldn't do it again.
No, he said I won't do it this way again. The next time it's gonna be by fire. Fuck the flood. Let's burn this bitch down.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what you're trying to tell me is to believe in a God and I'm not saying this, and that's why I say I don't know if it's the interpretations, but what I'm saying is that you have us believing that he's all powerful, all forgiving, all knowing, all caring and loving, and then you turn around and read the Bible and he causing nothing but major destruction. Like. It's major destruction. Like he is, but nothing new is under the sun. There's no floods, no deaths. When New Orleans flooded, people thought that was for the first time. It wasn't the first time in New Orleans, and it wasn't the first time in the Bible. He flooded a whole city whose life was very similar to New Orleans. The homosexuality, the sins.
That was
I don't remember the city, but I'm just telling you, like
Corinth or something.
It might be, but that's my whole point. This was not new.
Like I be excited as hell when I be doing.
So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to understand. Live your life as good people until I piss God off, and then I feel the rapture. Like,
so I think that's where you have to. That is where you have to get your understanding, because sometimes I find myself struggling with what is being said in the Bible and how I feel, and I'm like. I'm at a crossroads. It's like, do I say, well, this is what it's gonna be, or do I rely on how I feel? But it's like it's not about me. So you need to just actually make a decision. Is you gonna roll with it, or you just?
And I kind of feel like that's really ultimately what it is. Do you make a decision to believe in what you believe in, or do you choose to believe in
I just choose to believe. I mean,
I
believe under circumstances. Like I'm not like I wouldn't call myself a Christian.
No, I don't call myself a Christian. Wouldn't call myself a Christian. Spiritual.
But I believe in Christ. I believe he died on the cross for our sins. I believe. So when it talks about forgiving God, just real briefly, like sometimes people blur the lines between God and Jesus.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
So when they talk about him being loving, like most of the conversation that I even associate them talking about is Jesus, because I mean, the whole thing is Jesus. I mean, it's not like, I don't know. Yeah, so people got to first understand that there's a divinity, Trinity, right?
Yeah, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But they're all dwell in one flesh, which was Jesus. Mm-hmm. So it's...
And when you ask old people why they believe what they believe, they can't really.
It's not a repetition, and
it's not because it's something that they've done for themselves.
Like my mom is cool with me saying I'm spiritual, but she like, what they got to do to go to church, to somebody's church? And I said, you're not understanding. My issue is with the church. It ain't with God. It's with the church. It's the stuff that they feed, and I'm not. And the reality in it is the Bible is a very complex book. People just think it's a book of parables. It's not. You got to read the pre-text and the post text to understand what this middle text was. And a pastor will take a middle text and preach on a middle text, and because he's trying to relate it to your life, and you think that it's that. It's not that. It has a story.
Because that ain't what Paul was even talking about. Like what?
It got a whole story that goes to it, and I'm not new to it. Like I taught Sunday school for like 7 years. Like I had to teach kids this stuff, and my issue came, and this is when my biggest issue with church and the Bible started, is when I needed to forgive. I was mad as fuck with somebody I dated, to the point I'm like, I gotta stop talking to you before I harm you that bad. And it's like I hated him, and I'm like, everybody's like, you gotta fit. Like people pulling me to the side who knew, like random ass people who I didn't even know knew our situation, but knew the situation was like, hey, you gotta forgive. This gotta be for you. I'm like, forgive? Fuck that nigga. Like, that's how I felt. Like, you trying to tell me to forgive somebody who fucking that was wrong. But anyway, I said, cool. You want me to forgive? I'm going to learn how to do that. Because they was like, it's going to block your blessings. But when you're so fucking mad, you don't give a shit. God block the blessings. Because I'm mad as fuck. Fuck y'all. That was supposed to be a blessing. That wasn't. So, I searched the Bible high and low on the steps on how to forgive. And it's not in there. I Googled it. I read it. I read everything on forgiveness. I got a book that tell you where to find when you're dealing with anger, dealing with this. I got them books and tried to find it in the Bible. It tells you need to forgive for self, and it tells you to forgive because you block your blessings, but it doesn't tell you how to forgive. And I said, how can we have a whole instructional book telling me to do something, but you won't even tell me how to do it? Come on. And I had to really search, and I found a book that actually walks me through how to forgive, and I read it. It took a minute because of some parts I'm like, oh bitch, I ain't ready to do that. And I was like, okay, so what probably should have been a quick read took a couple months because I did each step. It's like 7 chapters. I did each step on my terms. But I got to a place like I truly do forgive him, but that wasn't because the Bible helped me do that. The Bible just said do it because I'll block your blessings. I'm like, I'm mad enough you can block all our blessings right now. Because he can get it. But no. So at that point for me, I was like, yeah, this is kind of like the nail in the coffin for me. So, but that wasn't discourage y'all on your path of whatever you are doing. It's just whatever you do it to the best of your...
Yeah, because it's like, it's so much going on. You got to do what you think is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom and them generation will criticize the hell out of you for believing what you believe in. And like that real say, on Judgment Day. Yeah, he ain't gonna ask you about me. He ain't gonna ask you about me. So now you need to drink your water and stay hydrated. Anyways, you guys, this has been a very controversial episode. I know some people are a little scared to touch the topic of spirituality and religion, but we are uncut conversations and all that shit in between. So ain't nothing left off the table. So we appreciate y'all for checking in with us. Keisha, let them folks know how they can see and hear more of us.
Shit, you got something you want to say? You look like you had a last
Oh, no.
Okay. I just want to make sure
all hearts and minds are clear. Church too long.
Look, as we do the benediction. You guys can check us out on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, repost, because we dope as fuck. Find us on Twitter at SJPod, on Instagram and Facebook at SJ Podcast. Oh, and we on TikTok, boo. TikTok. So join us there. I think it's SJ Podcast. You just type us in. Peace.
Anybody else?
All right. Thank you.